What's good, y'all? This your big bro, Power Black, and I'd like for y'all to subscribe to heritagehiphop.com on all platforms, man. This brother Karev is out here giving opportunity and platforms and notoriety to us out here still doing what we love and loving what we do, man. So salute you, Karev, man, and keep doing what you're doing. heritagehiphop.com.
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Heritage Hip Hop. Because as you know, we bring you your future favorite artists today, but we outside because hip hop does not happen indoors. Hip hop started out in the park, and as you see, we in the park with somebody very special. Introduce yourself to the people, please.
How y'all doing out there, Heritage Hip Hop fans and listeners? My name is Power Black, aka Big Bruh, and I'm here representing Low Key Music Group. Proud to be here, man. Thank you for having me on your platform. I appreciate it.
You know what's dope about interviewing artists is that when you talk to an artist, not only do they give you perspective on their art, but they also give you fine-tuned messages about life and principle.
I agree.
That's why when you talk to an artist, you salute and support an artist, because hip-hop seems to be part of a lot of participants who don't bring you anything.
I agree.
Your music has depth to it.
Thank you.
So let's talk about the depth of not only your soul, but the principle and morality that you portray.
Okay.
Where are you from?
I was born in Elizabeth, New Jersey. I'm really from Jersey, man. I move around a lot, but I was born in Elizabeth, New Jersey. I was raised throughout all of New Jersey, and graduated high school, E-High, class of something in the 90s, man.
It's all good, you know what I mean? But you know what's dope? When I talk to people and MCs and hip hop historians from Elizabeth, their story is very, very passionate because Elizabeth always fought for identity.
Absolutely.
How do you define the identity of Elizabeth hip hop?
Well, I can't really state that Elizabeth has an identity because there's so many different artists out of Elizabeth that brings something different to the culture, but we do kind of move through the industry like we got a chip on our shoulder. We do kind of move through the industry like, you know, I can't even say the industry, but we move around like, listen, we nice. We nice and we supposed to be here, but the one thing I will say about Elizabeth MCs is perseverance. Perseverance. Most of the MCs out of Eastwick is still nice and still doing it and they got decades in. Not a couple, we talking decades. I don't even want to start shouting them out because I'm gonna forget them. But that's the one thing I can say about Eastwick, man, is perseverance, man. We keep doing it. We don't stop.
Well, bring them all to Heritage Hip Hop, because I want all.
Hey, y'all hear it. Y'all hear he want you at Heritage Hip Hop. You hear me? Shimrock, Shorty Fresh, Q, Messy. That's why LMQ. You see, I done started, and now I'm gonna forget names. But yeah, y'all gotta come to Heritage Hip Hop and let's hold down the city. $sign Mal, come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to $sign Mac, because we're gonna talk about that song too.
Absolutely.
But one thing about Elizabeth, right, that's really, like when I talk to my man Steady Rock.
Yeah, Steady. Well, shout out Steady. I like that interview. When
I talk to Steady Rock, and he talks about how people move. Elizabeth and the inner cities across America are always gauged upon two principles: loyalty and respect.
Okay.
And in hip hop, that's what everybody rap about. But hip hop, industry-wise, was never grounded on loyalty and respect.
That's a fact. So
then how does a person keep their voice loyal and respectful to where they're from and not get caught up in the glamour, glitz, and the lies that hip hop portrays?
Well, the way I do it mainly, I'm not really geographical. I'm not gonna sit here and just represent just Eastwick alone. I really kind of represent myself, and I'm true to myself. Now, I've been doing this a long time, even though, you know, I just dropped my first debut single, Right on Time, featuring Leah Janae, shameless plug. But what I will say is, from the first rhyme that I ever wrote at 12, 13 years old, I could stand on that today. Okay. I speak from my heart. I am true to myself, and it does not necessarily resonate with listeners all the time, but I still stay true to myself. And if you like it, I salute you, I appreciate it, but what I'm not gonna do is try to become what you want me to be, because then it's not authentic. So I guess the answer to that would be being authentic. Staying authentic is how you stay loyal and respect yourself as an artist. That's what I would say.
But authenticity is not hip hop nowadays.
I would have to disagree.
Please do, tell me.
It's an unreleased song, and you'll find that I quote my verses like the Bible or whatever, but I think people get hip hop, the game, confused with the culture.
I'm glad you said that, because you stepped right into my trap.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Because, do you know how rich people school their children?
I can't say that I do.
They don't use the classroom.
Okay.
This is how rich people school their children. Entertainment.
Okay.
The way you entertain is the way you learn.
Okay.
So let's talk about us. Our generation, we came outside.
Right.
So we learned through getting our hands dirty.
Correct.
We learned through bumps and bruises.
Correct.
And hitting our head.
Correct.
The rich call that poor education.
Okay.
Because that's the working man's education.
Okay.
Okay. The rich taught their children through stories and board games.
Okay.
That's why what you do is so important. Because as an orator of hip hop culture, you're laying the groundwork for the understanding of social emotional development, mathematics, whether they're God math or numerical math.
Okay.
Geography, because of where you're from.
Absolutely.
And also, more importantly, the sciences and language.
All right. I agree.
I'm gonna go back to the rich people, but let's focus on you.
Okay.
By standing on your word, you're creating a syllabus of life based on your experience throughout life. How do we connect with the listener so they can be themselves, yet refer back to you as a refresher to how to stay on point and not fall on a point?
Well, the one thing I could say about that, KRS-One said in a song, I forgot, he said, as far as making money, find other ways to make money so hip hop, you don't abuse it. So in this way, if you're doing this from a true place, and you got other ways of paying your bills and making your money, you won't sell your soul, and you won't give up your morals and who you are for $1. You can stay true to yourself, and then those that identify with you and resonate, what you're saying resonates with them, they'll find you, and they'll continue to follow you, and they'll always stay true to you. I was just talking to one of my cousins, man, shout out Marcus, and he had told me the other night, he was like, cuz, it was something you said to me in a rhyme, and he said this to me like I said it to him in a conversation. But he was like, it's something you said to me in a rhyme that I never forgot. And what I said then, I can stand on today. And, you know, I never really made no real money with this, man. I'm not yet.
Okay.
But I am able to pay my bills through other ventures that I'm doing, and I can stay true to myself. I don't have to keep my lights on and say, all right, I'm gonna do this, that, or the third. I can stay true to myself. So I guess that would be the best way I can answer that question.
And just like your answer, it's all about loyalty.
Absolutely.
And morality.
Absolutely.
The most moral thing a rich man ever said was, to be great, you gotta throw your balls in.
Absolutely.
And in the street, what do we say? All you have is your balls and your word.
You know what I mean?
So
right.
At the end of the day, a lot of young men are looking to become men because they don't have a manly representative right next to them. In many cases, not every case.
That's a fact.
That's why the streets and the athletes are who young boys always want to emulate.
That's
the
a
most.
fact. That is a fact.
But when it comes to hip hop, and I'm not going to talk about hip hop today and hip hop yesterday, like you said, culture.
Right.
The culture of hip hop has always been peace, unity, love, have fun.
Right.
And to escape the trauma of the classroom.
Right.
Life is the classroom without walls. What's the most important lesson in life that you put into your rhymes?
The most important lesson I could say that I could put into my rhymes is is truth, man. Be true to yourself. You gotta be true to yourself, because see, for me, and I hear a lot of artists say this, and this is a fact, this is therapeutic for me. This is therapeutic. There are issues that I have, there are problems that I have, there's thoughts and feelings that I have, that when I pull that pen out, I can get it off my chest, and I can be authentic with me. And I can honestly say that I would prefer to create music that I'm happy with, that represents me, and not pop, than create something fraudulent that does not represent who I am and pop off of that. Because now I have to be that I'm not. I have to try to become that entity that I'm not. So I would just have to say, man, just be true to who and what you are. If you're a working man, let's hear about it. See, that's the thing about hip hop, the culture and the music. It shine light on the dark. It lets you know what was going on in areas you might not be aware of. So initially, when I heard somebody coming out of Atlanta, I'd be like, oh, it's like that over there. It's like that in Brooklyn. So it was entertaining, or it is entertaining, to hear about, you know, the drug dealer and the gangster, especially if you're not in that world. But then when you hear about the athlete, or the working man, or the poet, or whatever it is that's going on in your life, and you put that in your music, so I get to know who you are, that's how you stay loyal to yourself, to your music, to your craft, in my opinion. That's what I believe.
Thank you for watching our presentation. We ask that you subscribe to our YouTube family and hit the notification bell for updates. Please like, comment, and share this video.
Real hip hop. Real hip hop. We here. Real